Everything. Everything that you do, say, think, and feel are the building blocks of your today. They're the building blocks of your today. Everything that you do, say, think, and feel. Designing your experience. All this meditation and energy coming in and the sun going off, and on a very superficial level, it's easy for us to sit back and look and like, oh man, this is so exciting, and we ascension and we ascending and so on and so forth. And it's like, look, you're being given the responsibility for the creation of your life right now. Just take a moment to consider the depth of responsibility there. And of course, this energy is affecting everyone. However, those that are not necessarily aware of that level of existence or that plane of existence, they're still responsible and they're still receiving the power. They're still receiving that same energy, that same responsibility, the same power. However, the only difference is they're allowing the external world to control how they feel, what they say, and what they do. And the external world has a whole nother narrative for who you are and what this is and what your life is going to be. Turn on the news. They'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. What you need to look out for, what you need to do. So yeah, you can, souls on default, they're allowing this external narrative to dictate the nature of their experience, what's happening before them. And that's done through speech and emotional manipulation. But as a conscious soul, that means you're aware that you're responsible. You're aware of your responsibility. You're aware that you're creating. And you get to choose which emotions you honor. What programs you accept. Which narratives work for you. But you can't choose unless you know you have a choice. But that's the idea of consciousness in itself, your ability or your awareness that you have a choice. You get to choose. If you allow the illusion to tell it, you have to do this and you got to do that and you have to do this or you got to take this or you got to go this place and you got to do this if you're going to be safe and you got to do such and such, and the TV, it's a bunch of people telling you what to do when you allow for the illusion to control your experience. There's a lot of stuff you got to do. Preparation, I got to prepare, I got to get ready for this and combat, and they're going to do this and such going to do. It's a whole bunch of people telling you what's going to happen in your life if you allow that external world to tell you what happens in your experience. And there's a very large majority of people still on that wave, and that's okay. That is okay. That is absolutely fine. But amongst humanity, we require leaders if we're going to move through this thing. We require leaders, people that's willing to take charge, take responsibility for their own experience, decide what they actually want to happen, versus allowing self-important people to tell you what's going to happen. Process those emotions, beloved. Process all of them. Let them go. Processing these energies. One thing I noticed earlier, do you know the significance of, you truly know the significance of right now? Amazing. The significance of now. Absolutely amazing. You know there are no mistakes. You know there are no mistakes. The arrogance of the voice of the ego is just, it's too much to handle sometimes. And I say that sparingly because, of course, you can handle it, but it's just a lot. The voice of arrogance and sarcasm, it has a way of diminishing the innocence or the intelligence and wisdom in your innocence. It's almost as if it's an internal voice of weaponizing the fear, sarcasm, and arrogance. There's perfection in everything, beloved. There's intelligence in everything. So when you consider this, because there's still a lot of youthful energy here, and we have conversations amongst each other, and there's always this new thing and the new fad or this new platform or communication, and everyone wants to be hip and new and in the know when it comes to our interactions, our social world. And as relatively new as social media is, there's quite a bit of conversation about which platforms are cool and where you share your information and who you talk to, and some people choose to be nomads from platforms such as these, and they want to embrace nature and aren't necessarily moderate when it comes to social media, and that's perfectly understandable. However, understand this. Did you know that it is easier to hold a vibration when you're together? It's easier to hold the vibration when you're together. Think of it as 2 to 3 tuning forks. If you hit one and you hold the other 2 next to it, they will all be affected and start to sing at that particular vibration. Now, I'm not discrediting the energy that you have inside as an individual, as an expression of the whole. No doubt about it. You're the creator. Absolutely. But know that when you combine those energies and you have a collective that's all willing to invest in one particular frequency of being or for a particular purpose, know that you're working with several universes at the same time on a conscious level. Being that you have several tuning forks radiating a particular frequency, the frequency lasts longer. the resonance of that frequency as far as linearly, or the time in which that tuning fork holds that sound vibration. It lasts longer because there's other souls there that are vibrating that same frequency. I'll say again, because we don't need to get lost in translation with this, but it's important for us to recognize this. Yes, you as an individual, you have your own radiance to hold, your own specific frequency to hold, your own projections, your own individual dreams and aspirations, and the things that only you can accomplish in being here. Things that only you can do, things that only you are here to do. There is that. And this is your responsibility. However, when we're talking about broad spectrum frequencies, peace and honor and dignity and presence, gratitude, when you're connecting with other people that have the same vibration, it assists you as an individual to maintain that vibrational frequency for a longer amount of time, more extendedly. Take a step back, beloved. Take a real big step back. Just observe. Know that social media is a very distinct and very divine aspect of our journey together. We have many blessings in disguise here, and many very clever ways in which love has designed and allowed for a way for humanity to make its journey beyond distortion, beyond the illusion, beyond suffering. When you observe and you recognize on a very scientific level the nature of vibration, know that vibration is never dependent on proximity. Vibration happens or is exchanged on a daily basis. We're exchanging vibrations now, regardless of where you are physically on this plane or in the world. The vibration that's being shared with you is felt in a very real way by each and every individual here. It's the most potent form of communication, vibration. The most potent form of communication, the most potent form of exchange, communication. We're exchanging vibrations now. Go back to the tuning fork analogy. Please consider the implications of such a reality, such a realization. Yes, your unique expression is valid. In a way, the group of souls entertaining a particular frequency, a particular way of being, they reinforce each other. They support each other. At the very base of our existence is our vibration, our frequency of being.